People often say, keep politics out of the movies. But the truth is, politics have always been there. From Star Wars to Superman, films have always reflected the values, conflicts, and cultures of their time. You just didn't notice it when you were younger, or maybe you didn't realize what you were watching. This video isn't about defending bad storytelling, it's about recognizing that politics in movies isn't new, and sometimes less subtle. Let's start with James Gunn's Superman. There's been some online discussion suggesting that the story is an allegory for the Israel-Palestine conflict. Gunn has obviously denied that, and even if it isn't intentional, the fact that people are drawing parallels says a lot. Superman's always been a political figure. He's an immigrant and a symbol of hope, a literal representation and a commentary on American ideals. He's literally described as fighting for truth, justice, and the American way. That's not apolitical. It never was. The real question isn't whether a movie has political themes, it's how well it handles them. If the story is thoughtful, engaging, and doesn't feel like a lecture, the politics usually don't get in the way. Take Star Wars, a franchise many consider the ultimate escapist fantasy, but George Lucas has openly said that the original trilogy was influenced by the Vietnam War. The Empire was meant to represent the United States, and the rebels were inspired by the Viet Cong. It was a story about resistance against a powerful regime.
The good guys are the rebels. I think we call those guys terrorists today.
When I did it, they were Viet Cong.
A story that carries clear political meaning, and yet generations grew up loving it, never feeling preached to. That's the power of a well-told story. It can carry heavy themes without dragging down the entertainment. Even children's movies aren't exempt. Zootopia, for example, is packed with messages about racism, stereotyping, and social inequality. It explores complex issues through the lens of animated animals. And it works because the message is woven into the story. Younger audience might not pick up on all the nuance, but as adults, we can recognize the depth behind the narrative. It's not about that these movies are trying to push an agenda, they are reflecting real-world ideas in creative ways. Another clear example of this is the Barbie movie. It seems colorful and satirical, but it's also at the same time dealing with heavy political commentary. It takes jabs at both sides, left and the right, calling out extremes in both gender, politics, social roles, and identity. To me, the message of that movie wasn't that one side is right. It was more about how both sides can be flawed, and that maybe the answer is somewhere in the middle. It argued that instead of division, we should be aiming for understanding. That kind of nuance is what made the movie resonate with such a wide audience. It wasn't perfect, but it started a conversation, and that's the whole point. The issue today isn't that movies are political, it's that some handle these themes poorly. When politics feels forced, disconnected from the plot, or included just to check a box, it breaks the immersion. But when done well, political themes can make a movie feel more meaningful, more relevant, and more powerful. It's not about whether a story is political, it's about whether it's honest, well written, and respectful of the audience's intelligence. So instead of asking why is this movie political, maybe ask, is it saying something worth hearing? Is it saying it well? Because at the end of the day, politics aren't ruining movies. Poor storytelling is. Good writing can carry any message and still make you care about the characters, the world, and the story. With that said, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and as always, it's time for a goodbye.